Welcome to another entry of our Dark Souls 3 walkthrough. We're going to continue today after defeating the Deacons of the Deep. But before we do that, I wanted to mention a tiny peculiarity in our channel. And I got a comment about how the videos looked a bit too dark, so I decided to re-edit them with some brighter settings. So if you notice some videos being deleted and then coming back up, that's going to be the reason why. Anyways, enough about that. We're going to continue off here, going to the left. And here we're going to encounter some familiar NPCs, starting with Anri.
And we meet again. We spoke before on the road of sacrifices. Anri of Astora. I'm well pleased to see you safe. We reached the Cathedral of the Deep, but Aldrich's coffin was empty. The man-eater must have left for his true home. The little doll in the empty coffin told me. Aldrich is said to hail from Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city. A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Firelink Tower, and so becomes our destination.
Now, if you remember, Anri was the one who pointed us to the Cathedral of the Deep because she said that one of the Lords of Cinders was there, and the Lord's name was Aldrich. So after conversing with her, we find that Aldrich has probably relocated to the place called Irithyll of the Boreal Valley, and that's where we need to head to next. And from a previous conversation with Hawkwood, we learn a little bit about Aldrich.
What do you really know about these Lords of Cinder, these supposed legends? Let's take Aldrich for one. A right and proper cleric. Only he developed a habit of devouring men. He ate so many that he bloated like a drowned pig, then softened into sludge. So they stuck him in the Cathedral of the Deep. And they made him a Lord of Cinder, not for virtue, but for might. Such as a lord, I suppose. But here I ask, do we have a sodding chance?
We gather that Aldrich is not a particularly honorable lord, but that he's become mighty by devouring other people. I find this very similar to Godric the Grafted from Elden Ring, who ends up grafting different tarnished people onto his own body to regain power. And it makes me question whether or not Anri has a similar experience to that of the young lady from Elden Ring. Now, moving forward today, we're going to continue Yoel's storyline. But before we do that, you should go ahead and purchase two very important items from the Shrine Handmaiden. And those two items are going to be the Grave Key and the Tower Key. Yes, I know they are very expensive, but now is the ideal time to buy them because we're going to unlock further stories here. Other than that, level yourself up and spend all the souls before the next step. Moving forward, we're going to progress Yoel's storyline. And in order to do that, we are going to allow Yoel to draw our power.
Oh, our champion of Ash. Welcome back. I would do anything for my master. Just say the word. Then shall we begin? Bearer of the dark sign, let your true strength shine. Be safe, champion of Ash.
Now, if you haven't died numerous times up until this point, you might notice that Yoel only lets you level up with him once or twice. And in order to progress further, we're going to have to elevate our hollowing level. As you can see here, I only have hollow level 3. And in order to become further hollowed, we have to kill ourselves. I find the easiest way to do that is simply by going outside and jumping off a cliff. Just remember that it's going to be somewhat tedious recovering your souls, so make sure you spent all your souls, just in case you can't recover them. Yoel will allow you to draw out your true power once you have a hollow level of 2, 6, 12, and 15. And I recommend letting him level you up every time that you reach one of those intervals, because it speeds up the process of dying and leveling up with him. Of course, if you've already died plentifully and you've already acquired the 15 hollowing levels, you could go ahead and level up with him all at once. After completing this task, you will notice that our humanity has severely deteriorated, and Yoel is going to have a new message for us.
Oh, our champion of Ash. Welcome back. I would do anything for my master. Just say the word. Ah, you have attained ample strength. All will soon be clear, my good lord. Be safe, our lord.
Now, for those of you paying close attention, he is the first to call us Lord, a title that's usually reserved for those who have linked the fire. Not only that, if you look in your inventory, you will now notice that you hold 5 dark sigils and can now accumulate hollowing faster because of it. In order to proceed now, we need to reload the area by using a homeward bone. Now, when you return to Yoel, he will be dead. And standing close by, there's a new figure.
Oh, prithee, art thou good Yoel's master? I am Yuria of Londor, a close friend of his. Thanks to thee, Yoel's soul is redeemed. Allow me to express my gratitude in his stead. Another matter. Thou'rt a lord, art thou not? Bearer of the dark sigil, and our Lord of Hollows. For the time thou remainst our Lord, we of Londor shall serve thee. And I, of course, am also thine. Oh, good Hollow, I'm afraid I must say, Orbeck of Vinheim is a cause of much consternation. He proclaimeth himself Lord of Hollows. If left alone, he may one day imperil thy rule. Fall to this matter yearly, else we are unraveled. Decisiveness is the mark of a true monarch.
It's curious that she refers to us not as a Lord of Cinder, but instead as a Lord of Hollows. A lord who represents those who have lost their humanity. After a second conversation, she warns us that our candidacy as Lord of Hollows is being challenged by Orbic, our sorcery teacher, and that we should get rid of him. But don't kill him yet. We still need to complete his quest. We'll deal with him later. We'll leave this quest here for now and continue towards the tower in the back.
Till we meet again. May the dark sigil guide thee.
We purchased this key earlier, so we're gonna go ahead and use it now. Here we go. Tower opened, and we'll head upstairs. Alright, so before we proceed here, I recommend that you go down onto the roof of Firelink Shrine and kick down this ladder. And if you want to trade with PICKLE-PEE the Crow, I recommend you look up all of the tradable items online. I'll put a link in the description below.
Me, PICKLE-PEE.
That could help you level up your weapons and give you an edge in battle.
Bumperum.
But feel free to trade any items that you want with him. After you've done so, we're going to go ahead and head back up the tower. And up the elevator. And here we'll find a singular item. A Firekeeper's soul. Let's go ahead and read it. Soul of a Firekeeper who is said to have returned from the abyss. The Firekeeper preserves the bonfire and serves its champion. She is said to have soothed and accepted the dark sigil which has tainted her soul. And yet her soul will one day embed itself in the bosom of another Firekeeper. I find it a strange place to find this Firekeeper, especially because she's all by herself. But we should go ahead and take this back down to our current Firekeeper.
Sorry, friend. Be more careful. By the gods, curiosity is gonna kill you kittens. Some places are better left alone, you know. Oh, sorry. Am I a tad too late?
And on our way back down, our good old friend Patches.
Have no fear. There's beauty in death. Besides, you're surrounded by ladies. Every man's dream, right?
And he tells us something curious. He says, we're surrounded by ladies. Now from here you can use a homeward bone, but the last clue should have hopefully prompted you to investigate the surrounding area.
Oh, no matter. I'll look after things. By stripping every last trinket off your corpse, you're gonna make some lucky customer very happy.
And down below, you'll notice an item. So let's go ahead and try to jump there. We're going to go ahead and do a running jump from this location. This can be kind of a tricky drum, so go ahead and try it as many times as you have to. And I died right away. Just make sure you go ahead and grab these items though. Make sure you heal before you continue your jump down. And here we're gonna find the Firekeeper set. And after falling all the way down, we find out what happens to all the Firekeepers after they complete their task. It's a most terrible fate even for the most devout that link the fire. Here, I think, is probably the real turning point of the story, because it makes us start to question our purpose. Like, for instance, is the linking of the fire a good thing? Should we really be hunting down these lords? And what can we even do about all this? Do we even have a say in this? If we don't do it, somebody else is probably gonna light the fire. But regardless, let's go ahead and push forward. First, we're gonna go ahead and return to Patches and deal with him.
Ah, oh, you're alive. Now, hold your horses. Let's have a nice talk about this. I'll come clean. I did you wrong. I didn't mean it, though. Not one bit. You get these urges, running the business and all, and I hate myself for it. I do. You know what I mean. Terrible, really. But I can see you'll forgive me. You're alive, after all. And that's what counts, right?
And this is one of the reasons I really like Patches as an NPC. Throughout the story,
fantastic.
it seems that he
Oh,
kind of
second
understands
chance.
how this game works.
I knew you'd understand.
He knows
I
it's
just knew
kind
it.
of all a sham.
The heart of a lion. A model for the rest of us. A true friend. Forever.
He knows that the only thing that matters is survival, and survival at any means. He's willing to do anything in order to survive.
Ah, I see you've met Grey Rat. The slinking rodent. But he did me a good turn back in Lothric Dungeon. Doubtless I should do something about that little dead. Well, maybe not. Well, I can hardly believe he's still standing.
After a second conversation, we see that he is in debt to Grey Rat for probably saving his life in Lothric Castle. Now let's return to Firekeeper.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire.
Here we'll be able to give her the Firekeeper's soul.
Ashen One, this is much like what lies within me. Then let it find its own place within my bosom. She will understand. We are both Firekeepers after all. Forgive me, sister. May the flames guide thy way.
And now you'll see that she has the ability to heal the dark sigil. But don't do it. Unfortunately, from this point forward, you're going to have this unsightly appearance. I don't recommend healing the dark sigil because it makes Yuria's questline fail.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
Now, if you have problems with your appearance and you want to look human again, you could go ahead and purchase the Purging Stone from Yuria. But the Purging Stone does not permanently cure the curse. The only thing it does is reverse your hollowing. The curse is actually still there, which means that when you die, you're going to continue to accumulate hollowness. And you could continue to reverse the hollowing as many times as you like, but I find that it gets very expensive, so I don't recommend it. Okie dokie. I know there's not a lot of action in this episode, but I feel this is probably the best place to end. In the next video, we're going to continue with our journey inside of Firelink Keep. Until then, we'll see you next time, and thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.